the Eyes Wide Open exhibit, which started in 2004 with 500 pairs of boots in Chicago. It grew to over 4,000 boots being transported around the country in 3 semi-trucks to try to represent a little bit of the horror and the human cost and economic costs of war. The wars are not over. U.S. policy is still too militarized. But for the American public, the war is out of our minds. While we were having the exhibit today, I spoke with a woman who told me that her good friend's grandson was just killed last week in Afghanistan. The war is still going on. These boots represent soldiers from Kansas and Missouri that have been killed in Iraq and Afghanistan. These shoes represent some of the hundreds of thousands of Afghan and Iraqi civilians that have been killed. We retire this exhibit to try to make the point that these boots, these combat boots, we're turning swords into plowshares. We're making the point that our government should do the same with our military budget. The over $600 billion a year that's spent by the Pentagon. The new estimate says that there's $4 trillion that is going to be spent as a result of the wars in Afghanistan. A lot of that will be spent for the lifetime care of veterans coming home who fought for our country and now need help and deserve help that we can give them. So we turn these boots into things that homeless in Kansas City can use to keep their feet warm and dry this winter. And we ask our government to turn that military Pentagon budget into the things that we really need as a nation to keep people warm and in their homes, so that we reduce the foreclosure rate and we reduce the unemployment rate, that we increase and improve the education of our citizens, that we invest in new technologies that will give us hope for the future. There are so many things that we could be doing, but instead are squandering the money for things like the F-35 fighter jet that the military doesn't even want and will cost $1.5 trillion by the time the contracts run out. So I thank you for helping us. So what's going to happen this afternoon is that after this brief rally gathering, we will invite volunteers to help us take the tags off of these boots, put them in the bins to my right according to their size, and prepare to distribute these boots to homeless Kansas Cityans. Now I'd like to invite Carl Wu to come up and offer some comments.
Well, thank you very much for everybody that's being here. Of course, the most important is thank you for American Friends Service Committee to host this exhibit and share what they are doing to all of us in Kansas City. I'm very, very thankful to be part of this exhibit and be part of the group that helps distribute the boots. So thank you, Connie, for coming here.
And Pat McClellan, share a few words from Veterans for Peace.
Thank you all. Veterans Day is always a bittersweet holiday for me. There's always a lot of angst involved with it. 45 years ago, I was a soldier. I was just back from Vietnam, out of the jungle. The physical wounds were healing. The mental wounds I didn't understand for years, still don't, all of them. 42 years ago, I was on